Hi, let's implement the ternary operator in our code. Now you can see that this is the interface of BlueJ. So let's in the Java we know that it is all we are having classes and objects. So the Java is a programming language which is object oriented type language, and where everything surrounds around the classes and the objects. So let's make the first class. So right now I will be going to create the class. So this is BlueJ IDE, and right now this is the button that I will press for creating the class. So I will click on this new class, as you can see in the left pane, and right now it is giving me this box, and I will be going to write the class name is Ternary tutorial. Now you can name it anything, but just mention that the first letter of the class will always capital, and if you are writing in the continuation like this, so the second word of the class will be start from the capital. As you can see that the T of the ternary is starting with uppercase or capital, and tutorial T is also starting with uppercase or capital. This is known as Pascal convention, and whenever you are writing a class, so this is actually not mandatory, but it's a best practice to follow the Pascal convention while naming the class. Let's now press the OK button, and now you can see that this orange color class is created. Now I will double click on it, and I will go inside my editor, which is a code. Now you can see that I'm inside my code, and I don't want all this code, so I'm pressing Ctrl A, that is shortcut for Ctrl All, select all, and I will press the backspace, and it deleted everything. Now I want my class here, so I'm writing here class. The name of the class is Ternary tutorial, right? And these parentheses will give the scope. You can see the green color, this is nothing but the scope, that okay, from here, from this bracket till this bracket, this is the area of class. So whatever, if for example I'm writing here 5, so this 5 belongs to this class. But if I'm writing here 5 and here I'm writing 5, or I'm writing 55 here and 56 here, so this 55 and 56 doesn't belong to the class. So this is always remember that these parentheses, not parentheses, the curly brackets, these are for the for the scope. We will have these places in class and functions and so many places. So just a quick tip. Now let's implement the ternary operator, right? So right now I will be going to give my first that main function. So I'm writing public start compiling whenever the JVM will start interpreting our code. So this is the first place it will see, which is the main function. Now in order to implement the ternary variable, I will be going to take 3 variables here. So I'm writing here int. I'm taking the first variable as, let's say, decision, so I'm writing des, and the second is I'm taking one more variable which is a, and another one is I'm taking b. So right now I will be going to give some values to my variable which is a and b. So let's write a here, which is nothing but 5, and write b here, which is nothing but 10. Now you tell me which one is greater, a is greater or b is greater? Of course the b is greater. Now let's give the ternary operator here. So I will be going to write des, which is the decision, which is equals to, I will write do a is greater than b. If yes, then I will write this question mark, and I will write a, and then I will be going to write colon, and I will write b, and here we go. So now let me explain you what I did. So what is des? Des is a variable which is of type integer, and this variable is assigned by this equation. And what is the equation? Well, this equation says that if this condition is true, and when this condition will be true, when a is greater than b. In this condition we can see the b is greater, so this is false. So when this condition is true, so whatever is after the question mark, again I wanted to say, whenever this condition is true, so whatsoever is after the question mark, this will be printed, and whenever this condition is false, what is after the colon, that will be printed. If you wanted to if you wanted to revisit the concept, so you can listen that line again, but this is the crux of the concept. If this is true, a will be printed. If this is false, b will be printed. Right now you have seen the value of a and b. Now tell me, according to these values, which is 5 and 10, whether the equation is true or not. Yes, it is false, right? Obviously it is false. A is not greater than b. Now if this equation is false, now tell me what will you gonna print it? Again you are correct, the b will be printed, which is 10. Now let's check it out. So I'm writing here printing statement, which is system.out.println, and here I will pass my variable, which is des. Okay, Now let's run the code and see that whether the 10 is printed or 5. I'm compiling it, and after compiling I will close it, and here this is my class. I will right click, go to main, and then I will press OK. And here we go, you are correct, the 10 is printed, right? But what if this condition is true? Okay, let's check it out. What if this condition is true, and how I can make it true? Well, simple. I will just change this sign. Right now it is false. If I will do like this, which is now A is lesser than B, and you can see that yes, A is lesser than B, 5 is lesser than 10, of course. Now I told you that when this condition is true, whatever the value is after the question mark will get printed. Right now we see that the after your question mark is 5. Now you can see that when we will run the code, since this is true, the 5 will be printed. Let's check it out. I'm compiling the code again, and I'm closing this editor. Let's run the main function, and now you can see that here we go. We have now the second output is 5. The first output was 10, second output was 5.